Hey Libra, LadySkarlette here. I'm going to do your end of March read, kind of going into April. So, got some interesting planetary alignment, so we'll see what's going on with that. Well, I'm going to go get my drink because I need to have my coffee, have iced coffee at night. I have ADHD, so caffeine actually helps me focus, and it doesn't affect my sleep. So, for those of you neurodivergent folks, I feel you. I feel you. So I'm going to do my little disclaimer. I am a therapist, but in no way can this replace therapy. Tarot readings cannot replace therapy. I would suggest if you're struggling in any way or anyone around you is struggling in any way, that there is a professional that is sought out locally. There's, lots of therapy is provided via telehealth now, so it's easy to get to. There's also community mental health and most communities that offers free services. You just have to seek that out. Also a little thing about gender. I may say king or queen or knight or page, but we all have masculine and feminine energies, and there's a spectrum of gender. So you need to kind of figure out what role you are in, whether you are in that masculine or feminine energy. Sometimes the energies around you can be picked up in these collective reads. So remember, this is a general collective read. I'm not reading anything specific. I'm just kind of pulling on your sign to get energies that are coming towards me, okay? The cards are a medium in which I read. So you might know some of the interpretations of the cards, and I might say something different. That's because I'm not reading the interpretation of the card necessarily. I'm reading what I'm picking up. So some of it will resonate with you and some of it won't, probably, That's kind of how tarot works. When I read individually for people, I'm going to be able to get more specific because I'm just reading their energy. But in a collective, not 100% of it is going to resonate with you. So you might feel yourself zoning out, and that means that part doesn't resonate with you. Then you'll kind of clue back in, and that kind of means that does. So at your base read here, you've got the Hermit. Some of you very well could be, Virgo, Libra, cuspers. That's also about introspection and healing, maybe even some forced solitude. Maybe you haven't been very social lately. In your home environment, and this is current or recent past, this position where the Hermit is. This is home environment, and you have the Ace of Wands here. And that can mean a lot of things, but to me, I always think of, kind of stepping into personal power, being very passionate. You will see it as kind of a phallic symbol. Passionate, right? You get me? In your near future, 10 of Cups. So, and just judging by what's here, there's been a lot of changes for you, Libra. You've been possibly balancing things out, as you will. You are Libra. Ace of Pentacles in your connection from current or recent past into your near future. And that can be about money. It's a pentacle. It can be about spiritual gifts or spiritual knowledge. And you have the World, which is typically, she's on top of the world in this card, right? But it also can be about completing cycles, which it very much looks like in your outcome. You've got a 10 of Swords, which tells me with that World right there in your near future connecting to your outcome position that you've ended something. Empress energy, right? That's all the queens wrapped up into one, and if you are in that divine feminine energy, woohoo, right? You're getting some stuff done. Probably having offers coming in, not just love related, but business offers, promotions, things like that. When we're in our Empress energy, lots of people will be drawn to you when you're in an Empress type energy. 10 of Wands, so it definitely looks like you're taking on more responsibilities. Some of you could have been promoted recently, or maybe even you know, with these kind of cards, starting your own business. Some of you, this possibly could have been a family inheritance that you've gotten or you're about to get. Also have King of Pentacles in the outcome too, which is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn card. So again, some of you could be cuspers, or you might have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in your life. So I'm going to clarify. This base read is my Mystic Tarot. I'm going to clarify with my Welcome to Night Vale deck. So we're going to clarify that Hermit first. If you all haven't been out to look at the sky, there are planets out there that you can see. Go check it out if you have a clear sky. We also do have an eclipse coming up. So a lot of people are concerned about how that's going to affect things. But the planetary movement might be a little bit more important because we have a lot of big, slow planets moving into different signs. So it's interesting. Let's clarify for Libra. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Angels. Let's clarify this Hermit for Libra. Ooh, had a lot of cards fall. So the Fool, some of you very well could be, that's an Aries card, but it's also about taking a leap of faith or starting a new path, if you will. And on top of the Hermit, you know, that tells me that you're contemplating breaking. I'm getting breaking free from something, and for some of you with the Hierophant right there, that's a Taurus card. Some of you are leaving a long-term relationship or a serious relationship. Now, the Fool can also be a new beginning, so some of you are starting a serious relationship, but I'm getting a heavy sense of a lot of you breaking out of a relationship and having a new beginning on your own with that Hermit card there. Let's get another card on the current or recent past. One more card on that, please, for Libra. You know, and that also with that Ace of Pentacles coming up right after the Hierophant, some of you could be studying your spiritual path. Well, that was a lot of cards. We're going to take the book. But we will definitely take Justice, which is a Libra card. So some of you are definitely balancing your karma, stepping into gifts, stepping into your skills, stepping into these capabilities. There's like a new you in a lot of ways here, Libra. Now on that 5D level, on that spiritual plane, some of you have balanced your karma and are getting your intuition is coming back, empathy is coming back. You might just have a sense of knowing that you didn't have before. And a lot of you were with a partner and you were like, they're not being real honest. And you kind of have figured, Dax, honey, it's okay. The dogs are barking in my neighborhood, so you'll hear my dog bark. She's got to protect the house, you know. So some of you are stepping into this sense of knowing, and your partner has just not been honest with you, and you know it now. You're seeing right through that. So at the bottom of the deck, you've got the King of Wands, so it's Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. But this is also somebody who can be pretty narcissistic, wishy-washy sometimes. Can mean both things. So if it's not an Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, it very well could be just somebody who wants it their way, you know. And they don't have any qualms about that. And if you don't go that direction, then you're crazy, right? It doesn't have to be a man, but this is it's represented by the King of Wands. Underneath that is Nine of Pentacles. So I get that a lot of you are on your own, and you're starting a new path on your own because you needed balance there. And this person just was, while it may not have been outward lies to you, they just withheld a lot of information, and you know it, and you just see them differently now. So let's clarify this Ace of Wands in the home environment. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors. I swear when I sit down to read, it's when all the dogs in the neighborhood start barking. Yeah, you're looking at other options, Libra. You know, this card is sometimes called the grass is greener. But also it's about offers, like divine even. So, yeah, I think some of you are just getting a sense of knowing that things are off balance, and you're a Libra. You don't like off balance. You like balance. The Devil, yeah, you felt very trapped. And I get a sense that a lot of you are breaking free out of that, though. You're breaking the shackles. The devil is a Capricorn card, so it very well could be, I did say there's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn around you, so some of you might very well be dealing with a Capricorn. But also, the devil is another card that's about a bond that is difficult to break. And so some of you might have a real difficulty getting out of this situation. There's some kind of obligation attached to it, some kind of almost addictions, obsessions kind of thing. The devil can be very charming and very sexy sometimes. Might be hot, hot, hot in bed. Sometimes that is very difficult to leave, This person gives intermittent reinforcement. They see whenever you're about to leave and they tell you, oh, I love you, you're the only one. And then, when things are good, they're talking to other people kind of person. That's what I'm picking up for a lot of you. Some of you are just kind of in a situation where you can't financially leave right now. Queen of Swords, that's you. That's a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini card. You're thinking pretty logically about that, though, and you know that things are off. And you are searching for a way out if you haven't found it yet. Getting real in that Queen of Swords mindset. You're going to cut negative attachments out because you are done with the drama. Let's clarify this Ace of Pentacles that's in your recent past or current position. So some of you may have just come into some fortune in some way. That doesn't necessarily have to be money. Could be a promotion or an offer of a job. It also could be an offer of a way out of a bad situation. Could be spiritual gifts coming in. So we've got the Hanged Man. Yeah, you've been in suspension, but there's a freedom that's coming to you. You're keeping it quiet. For some of you, you need to keep it quiet. Lots of conflict. You have been back and forth. Ace of Wands again. That's in your home environment and right here. You know what you need to do. You're waiting on timing for some of you. Because some of you, it's going to be really difficult to leave. There's either a job that you can't leave or a person or a home environment that you can't leave, and you are figuring out how to do that. Some of you are coming into some major spiritual gifts and leaving behind negative attachments. Some of you are doing all of those things. Let's clarify this Ten of Cups in the near future. Now, some of you might be in the, everybody's timetable is a little bit different. We all develop at different rates as humans. So some of you might already be getting close to this completion and this Ten of Cups situation. But some of you haven't gotten to it yet. The duration of my reads typically are from a month ago to 6 weeks in the future. So you could be anywhere on this timeline right now and, fit it to your story because I don't know you individually. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Angels. Yeah, you're leaving behind disappointment. You had gotten to a place where you were almost out of hope. And some of you are there right now where you're just like, it can't change, it can't change, it can't change. But you got 10 of Cups in front of you. So, yeah, some of you are moving on to calmer waters with that Six of Swords there. Six of Pentacles. Some of you were stuck in a karmic situation. 2 sixes is acceptance, generally. So, I think you have accepted that you cannot change something, and so you are going to remove yourself from a situation. And some of you, this is about tapping into that spiritual knowledge and accepting your gifts. Maybe you haven't accepted them in the past, and now you're accepting them and moving towards stepping into those powers and using them, that intuition and those other, like channeling and dream walking and those different kinds of spirit. I mean, there's tons of spiritual gifts. Knight of Pentacles, it's been a long time coming. Your stability. You have figured out that nobody's going to do it for you. You're going to have to do it. Knight of Wands. Yeah, somebody was just a player. Somebody was just a player, and they were using you for your stability in a lot of ways. Four of Wands. You are completing that cycle. That's the 1111 card. With the World here and Four of Wands here, some of you definitely were completing a karmic cycle. You were with a karmic partner. It was a lesson to be learned. And some of you have been facing this alone for a while. and wouldn't step into relationships because you just saw these red flags. So some of you have been alone for a while, but some of you have been in a relationship where you felt very alone. At the bottom of the deck, we've got Three of Cups. Now, this Three of Cups makes me think about shadow work and about tapping into a different place in your soul. This is also about celebration. So it's kind of like celebrating that immersion of your light and dark sides. Some of you are definitely doing some shadow work, and you've been fighting it. You didn't want to face it, and it is hard work, and I get not wanting to face it. I get that. That's some ugly crying on a deep level when you start digging into that shadow work and really dealing with your stuff, you know. Been there. Looked in the mirror, did the thing, and it's worth it on the other side, though. Let's clarify this World card for Libra, please. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors. Let's clarify this World card for Libra. You know, you have the potential to be sitting on top of the world with all the options in front of you. So yeah, look, the moon and the world, what a cycle that is, right? So we're in a healing phase with that Four of Swords. That's soul healing, deep soul healing. You know, looking at the patterns that have happened and how you've repeated a lot of things and how you don't want to do that anymore. So you're going to change it. Hidden things coming to light. The moon is Cancer energy. Ace of Swords, yeah, thinking clearly. Some of you are also thinking about reconciling with someone who didn't come correct to you before. I feel like somebody from your past is going to come to you, especially with that Six of Pentacles up there. Somebody from your past is going to try to reconcile with you, maybe even get you back, by saying that they're going to provide stability to you. Page of Swords. You know, they may not say the right words to you, but that's what they want. They should come as a king, but they're coming as a page. Ace of Cups. Some of you have a new someone you're going to, and some of you that's learning to love yourself and to make decisions differently. Two of Swords. You've got two paths. You've got two different paths. And I would say actually it's probably three different for some of you. Some of you have someone coming from your past that you really cared for that's going to offer you the world. Some of you are with someone that you're trying to get away from that's going to offer you the world. And that's that devil energy right there. They'd offer you everything to get you to stay because they don't want to lose their stability. And some of you are going to take a path on your own because you've had enough of the drama. Three different versions there, Libra. Which one are you going to choose? Let's clarify this outcome. These two tens right here, you know, you've ended a cycle. You're stepping into Empress energy. You're taking on some different responsibilities, and there is somebody coming in with an offer of stability. And then this very well could be you stepping into your own stability. It's a decision you have to make. At the bottom of the deck, y'all, the World. And right underneath that, Three of Pentacles. Some of you are going to start your own business. Some of you are saying goodbye to a third-party situation where you know that other person has feelings for someone else, and you've known it for a long time, but you're not playing anymore. I think you have receipts, Libra. I think you have receipts, and you know, and you have a sense of knowing, and you're done. But you have a lot of paths in front of you. I mean, literally, the world is yours if you want it, but it's also about us breaking our own habits and patterns that are negative and toxic. We have to face our own toxicity sometimes, you all. I mean, I certainly have, right? On March 14th, 5 years sober, and it's the life in sobriety is a blessing, right? I was in hell before, and sometimes we figure out that hell is a place that we have made for ourselves. And I think that you're tired of living in hell. I think you're ready to change that. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Angels. So, Eight of Wands. Yeah, some of you are the F out of there. Some of you, this is about somebody from your past communicating with you and they're trying to sell you the best deal. And I just get a sense of not honesty here. For some of you, they do really love you, okay? But you have to look at them and see if they're in a healed enough place, because you are on a path of healing, especially with that Empress card there. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors. Let's get a couple more cards for Libra and their outcome. Ooh, that's a book. Five of Swords. This was somebody that you were in conflict with, and it was tumultuous to leave them, and it's in your past, and they're coming back around. Three of Wands. You have really good things coming towards you, but you have to choose the right path. Again, you know, I told you some of you have three paths. You're going to have to choose the right one. Seven of Cups. Lots of options. Yeah. Which cup is the dice under? Seven of Swords. That's that liar, cheater. You have some people around you that are full of crap. But your intuition is kicking in with that Empress card, and so you're starting to see through the BS. King of Swords. Yeah. Getting real logical. Cutting out negativity. That's what I see with that. And for some of you, you are leaving a whole community of people to get out away from that and break free of that. Eight of Swords. If I needed to clarify more, Eight of Swords is about breaking out of the chaos and the blindfold coming off. This is about chaos energy, and you're sick of it. You need your stability. Again, somebody's going to come in with an offer. Dax, honey, it's okay. Shh. Shh. So somebody's coming in with an offer, but they're coming in as a page when you're wanting a king or a queen. So it's your free will, but look, Empress, you are in the Empress energy. You're in your divine feminine. Queen of Cups. You are learning how to love yourself, and you are not going to accept less than. Not anymore. Not anymore. There's been a lot of conflict for you in relationships, and that's not a real great place for Libra to be. I mean, you all like your stability, right? You like things to be copacetic and not chaotic. Well, let's clarify this. So how I clarify with my personal deck is I clarify the top row, middle, and then the outcome. So let's clarify this top row for you, Libra. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors. Let's clarify this. Okay. Yeah, at the bottom of the deck, the weekend, can't feel my face card. Too much of one thing. Addictions, obsessions. You need to walk away. Cutting ties to the negative and negative attachments. You were with somebody that was real demanding. I mean, and again, you got the Kendrick Lamar humble card. Sit down, bitch, be humble. I mean, somebody around you is super full of themselves. Could be a... Well, there's this air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Very well could be you. And this was some kind of soul lesson. The last person or people that you've been with have been lessons for you to recognize the path that you need to be on. I am not enough for you. I can never give you what you need. And I sense that some of you are feeling this way about the person you're with, that you can't give them what they need. But for some of you, it's because they're so demanding and controlling. For some of you, it's they can't ever give you what you need because they are never going to be healed enough to give it to you. They are stuck in old negative attachments and patterns, addictions. I do get for some of you Libras that maybe you have addictions. And, you know, being an addict myself, if you are on that path to recovery, I wish you all the best. Because I'm telling you, the other side is really gorgeous. Yeah, thinking too highly of self or status. This is a Gangnam Style Psy card. You know, and it's about, you know, there's just a person around you that's really maybe narcissistic. I don't know. But you're like stuck there for some of you, either in your head or physically. You're stuck in that situation. And I get for some of you, that's what your relationships have been like. And you are done. Like, you're just like, I'm just going to be by myself, because if that's what relationships are like, I don't want it. But we also have to look at, we teach people how to treat us, one, and two, we have patterns. And we will choose the same problem over and over again until we learn the lesson. And I think for a lot of you Libras, you're at the end of that. You're like, okay, I've learned. I don't want this anymore. And you're going to start choosing differently. And start choosing yourself, because you deserve better than that, right? And it's about also your own healing your own toxic traits, right? I've had to do that myself, so I understand. And I always suggest professional help. A therapist, please. Um, Somebody that is licensed and educated in therapy. Somebody that is trauma-informed and focused, so they can help you break those patterns, okay? Some of you were definitely taking care of someone. This is the Irreplaceable by Beyonce card. Drop them keys. Some of you were financially taking care of somebody and you feel obligated to that, so you don't want to leave. It's about believing in yourself. I can have another you by tomorrow, right? But, you know, do you want just anybody, or do you want somebody who is good to you and loving, and want somebody that you can be in love with and have that reciprocal kind of love, right? Let's get another couple of cards for Libra, please. All right, connect to spirit. Some of you really need to get back into your spirituality, and there's somebody that you are missing. And somebody that is missing you. Not the same person. For some of you, maybe. Maybe the same person for some of you. But for some of you, this is different people. Somebody is really missing you. This person that wants to reconcile with you. And there's somebody that you want to reconcile with. Could be the same person for some of you. For some of you, it is absolutely separate. Let's get another couple of cards for that middle section. It was somebody that you felt like was a soul connection. Well, that card really wanted to come out. This is the cure, doing the unstuck. This is about letting go of the past and moving forward to step into a better life. Connecting to spirit, definitely attached to that. This is the Hematite card, grounding and protection, healing power, strength of character, helping poor behaviors. Definitely some of you are in recovery. Yeah. Maybe some health issues as well. Possibly from long-term addiction. So I wish you the best with your healing. I truly do, because it's a long path for some of us, but it feels real good to be in recovery every day instead of addiction every day. And so I wish you the best. This is the Sapphire Virgo energy card. Wisdom, faithfulness, guarding against evil, loyalty, serenity, resistance to corruption, warding off of pain, and then having this natural energy in your mind and body. At the bottom, I attract that which I deserve from the universe. This is about good and bad karma, right? And you know, you are the Justice card in the tarot deck, and you're trying to balance that karma. You're trying to atone for what you've done, and you will reap good karma for that, okay? When you atone and when you... you know, I'm surprised we didn't get a tower in here, but I think maybe some of you have already gone through your tower moment. Some of you are headed to it. But it depends on when you make that, when you walk away from those negative attachments and those things that are holding you back. Let's get some clarifiers for the outcome. So, surface pressure. This is about obligations and burdens. This is about needing a break. That's about being able to say no and set boundaries. Surface pressure from Encanto. The drip, drip, drip song. You know, it's about being able to say no and take time off, take a break, and take care of yourself. Self-care. Definitely some of you have some health issues where you've pushed yourself too far, too hard. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Definitely some of you could be a Libra, Scorpio cusper, or you could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Third eye chakra, pattern recognition. Yep. What I say, you're recognizing patterns in your own behavior and the choices that you've made about relationships and how you kind of keep choosing the same person over and over again, so you have to relearn that lesson again every time. So this is about changing your behavior and listening to your intuition. And it's about spiritual connection, concentration, mental clarity, right? Associated with the color indigo. Let's get another couple of cards for you in your outcome, Libra, before we move on to the oracle. Okay. In My Life by the Beatles. Some of you have, you know, you're having a lot of nostalgia about a time when you had a relationship that was very healthy, and you're thinking about, why can't I have that? Some of you are meeting someone new. If you choose this a new person, some of you very well could have a soulmate connection coming up. I don't feel like it's soon. I feel like it's a couple of months from now, possibly. Maybe sometime during the summer. but it might feel too good to be true, and so you're going to question it. You know, and I would just say you need to understand what those red flags are, and you need to understand what deal breakers are for you, what you will accept and not accept, right? Ooh, that was a lot of cards. Okay. So you got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So some of you, again, might be a Virgo, Libra cusper. You might be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Crown chakra, so spiritual connection again, and transformation, right? It's about being flexible in your thinking, having gratitude. It's about our angels' protection too, angelic energy. Scorpio energy, topaz card, positivity, warmth, growth, calmness, wealth and abundance. And you know, you got the Empress a couple of times in here, which is about abundance, passion and purpose, personal power, ambition, overcoming obstacles, clarity. There is somebody that wishes they could take it back. And I think there's something that you wish you could take back. There's some regret feelings in this read big time. On both sides. Say goodbye, don't follow, the Alice in Chains card. This is the do whatever to get me by card. And you may have been this person, and you may be around someone. It's like they'll do whatever they need to do to get them by, and it doesn't really matter who they hurt. Right? And it's about facing your crap, you know? It's about feeling lost and facing stuff. So at the bottom of the deck, you have The Criminal by Fiona Apple card. Somebody's got hell to pay. What would an angel say? The devil wants to know. I screwed up. Somebody maybe was lying, cheating, not communicating well, keeping things hidden, right? And you are really sick of the chaos, Libra. I feel that. You really want stability. And that's what you want to move towards. And some of you are walking away from a lot of negativity. Let's get our personal oracle deck to clarify some advice for us as well. So I'm going to move these out of the way so we can see those better. So for any of you that are intuitives or readers, if you don't have a personal deck or a personal oracle, I suggest do it. It's kind of cool. They read differently, and they're really fun to be creative with and make. This has a lot of literary quotes in it, a lot of the things that I say in therapy, and then just kind of some general stuff. Some angel numbers, things like that. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Can we get some oracle cards for Libra, please? So anxiety, depression, that could be you or somebody that is around you. 1111. A lot of you remember you had that 1111 card in your read. Some of you are on the right path. You have already, broken free and completed that karmic cycle, and some of you are coming to it. You want to fly, you got to give up the shit that weighs you down. That's a Toni Morrison quote. Got to give up the negative stuff. Shall I welcome the universe inside of me? Some of you are stepping into that Empress energy and welcoming that universe inside of you. Right? Sit with it. Some of you have been sitting with it and you're ready to take action. And some of you need to sit down and think about how to break those patterns and recognize them. And again, I'm going to say, this one says take a break. Ask for help. Some of you have been pushing way too hard to try to keep things afloat. Failure is just practice. That does not mean you're a failure. We only learn how to do better when we make mistakes and fail at things. And then we learn how to do it better. And then we can forgive ourselves because that other version of us didn't know all the right answers, but now we do and we can do better, right? 4444, good times coming and change in income. Remember I said some of you are getting promoted, getting different jobs, maybe even starting your own businesses. Some of you are really taking a lot of control of your life. It's really exciting for you. Let us get an animal totem and then we'll do runes and fairy cards. Now let's get our animal totem for Libra, please. Thank you, Spirit. spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Let's get a totem, animal totem for Libra, please. Woo, that was a lot, but there were two, well, there were several that fell. Let's see what they are. Okay. So, Kingfisher, peace, abundance, and love. Kingfisher is named for both its dark crest, which suggests royalty, and its skill in hunting fish. Unlike other birds, the female of this species is more colorful than the male. In Greek mythology, the bird is the reincarnation of Halcyone and her husband, I don't know how to say that, Ceyx. Halcyone threw herself into the sea after discovering the drowned body of her husband. Her devotion impressed the gods, who then transformed the couple into two kingfishers. In further tribute, the gods also made the seas calm and the weather fair for 7 days, both preceding and following the shortest day of the year, the so-called Halcyon days. The female bird's colorful appearance is thought to reflect Halcyone's unmatched love for her husband. The kingfisher is commonly associated with peace and the promise of good fortune. In the painting, Jupiter, the planet of abundance, appears as a reminder of that purpose. And I'll show you the card. Wait, let me turn it that way so you can see it better. So you see Jupiter up there, right? And then we have Jaguar. And it says, wholeness, divinity, and rebirth. Native American tribes of North, South, and Central America consider the jaguar, especially in its Black Panther form, to wield powerful magic. Shamans would invoke jaguar power to heal diseases or exact revenge on an enemy. The cross in a circle design of this painting is an ancient motif that has represented divinity or eternity in many civilizations. The depiction of jaguars among the Mayan and Olmec civilizations of highland Mexico often incorporated a cross framed by a cartouche. The iconographic device was a symbol of sky, heaven, and divinity. The painting also shows a white human face appearing below the black jaguar, which suggests a polarity, a tension of opposites, within the framed whole. Olmec art forms often showed two jaguars together, suggesting a similar polarity or dual nature. At times, the jaguar was shown engaged in intercourse with a human, a reference to the mythical origins of these jaguar people. And that really suggests a lot about Libra, doesn't it? A balancing of the scales, right? A balancing of two things. And then we have Rabbit, power, abundance, heroism, seasons, cycle of life. In the Chinese zodiac, the rabbit is the most propitious sign. Those born under the rabbit are thought to have considerable power. In many cultures, the rabbit is a lunar creature with feminine energies whose outline can be seen in the face of the full moon. Many Native American rabbit myths tell of the hare returning to the sun to the sky and restoring warmth, the patterns of day and night and the seasons, and prosperity. The rabbit in this painting is Kaltas, a moon goddess venerated by the Ugric peoples of western Siberia. Although this goddess can assume many forms, the hare is sacred to her. I'll get that closer. It's pretty. So you had 4, so I'm reading all of them. This one is heron, life, feminine energy, and renewal. The heron is a bird of the water and is thus associated with feminine energy and regeneration. In ancient Egypt, the heron was the first transformer of the human soul after death because it was seen in flight over the fields when the Nile began to flood. It was associated with fertility and the renewal of life. In the Roman epic The Aeneid, the heron is again a symbol of renewal and is depicted rising from the ashes of the burned city of Ardea. Beautiful. Let's pull some runes for you, Libra. So, we have Awaz, Jira, and Othel. So, let me get to so Awaz, this is the M looking one, and it's right side up. It's a rune of physical movement, physical shifts, or new dwelling places. So some of you definitely moving. I mean, there's a lot of movement in your read. So it wouldn't surprise me if you are actually moving from one place to another, but also it's about a metaphorical move as well, okay? A change for the better, usually an anticipated one, something that you've planned, Libra. This change will usually involve travel of some sort, perhaps an actual change of locale. It stands for gradual development and steady progress. This isn't a prominent place. It's the beginning of your rune read. So Whatever your question, you're tackling the problem in the correct spirit and are close to success. Okay, so then we have Jira. And it's reward for efforts expended. So they can be karmic in nature, which your read very much suggested, as in a good deed returned for a good deed done. They can be repayment for an outlay of time or money in the past. It's the rune of justice and legalities of every kind. So if there is a Libra rune, Jira would be it. Now, it does not mean that things are going to turn out positively in legal matters, okay? But it definitely means that they will be more fair. And if it's a karmic situation, it's likely to turn out in your favor with Jira showing up, right? It does mean that the harvest comes after you expend a lot of energy and care, okay? So things come to fruit in their own good time. So these things may have been going on for a long time, but divine timing has been in order here. So the delay in question can be a legal issue, so involving financing a home, obtaining a divorce. This is a pretty positive read, so it's also don't speak ill of others before all the relevant facts are known. Be careful with gossip. It can very well mean that as well. So then you have Othal or Othala in your outcome reversed. And that's delay and frustration. Things have been extremely delayed for you. Things have been a long time coming to fruition. Difficulties encountered through trying to progress too fast. So you really need to think about divine timing, and some things need to come to fruition in their own good time. We can't force some things, especially legal things or things that are within some kind of big system that's kind of a faceless system. So if you've been dealing with legal issues, you can't rush them. You can't push them. And in fact, sometimes if you go push them, that actually turns out not in your favor. It could also, it just success is still possible. It's just maybe farther off than you'd anticipated, okay? So, or that you'd like. So it's really suggesting to be patient, because you have good karma coming to you if you are correcting your karma, okay? It's also, Othala reverse can also mean somebody having to stand on their own 2 feet and not depend on others. It can show that you have a poor little rich kid attitude toward life, but in this case, you're faced with something you can't buy your way out of. That seems really harsh. I would just say you may have to stand on your own 2 feet at this time. I think that's a kinder way to say that. But you can expect no financial help from family or from organizations. You're going to have to do it on your own. And some of you might be facing that, and some of you might have been planning for that, and I very much saw that in your read. You do have things coming towards you, but it is because you have worked for them, okay? They're not being handed to you. Sometimes even legal methods won't help, so you've got Jira right here. So this tells me that some of these legal issues are yet to be decided, okay? And if you push too much, they might not come out in your favor. Trying to buck the system or turn it to your own advantage is a fruitless proposition, it actually says in the book. So I hope that helped. The runes have been really speaking really well lately, so I'm just saying I would listen to them about being patient. That doesn't mean don't advocate for yourself, okay? And definitely have legal counsel, but it also means that there are some things that we cannot force to be done or buy off in some way. We've got to let the system do its job. But also, have good legal representation, especially in a situation that might be more complex, right? Let's get some fairy dust oracle cards for you, Libra. And some of you are definitely about to reap some rewards because you've been working on your karma and balancing that out. Maybe making amends to people even. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors, and our fairy guides. Can we get some oracle cards for Libra? Okay. 4-leaf clover. You found a 4-leaf clover. Unlucky times will soon be over. So, again, patience, grasshopper. Fairy wings. In the forest, small lights glow. Those are fairies flying low. That one is really about your spirit guides, ancestors, angels, family members that have passed on are with you, okay? Sunrise. Every sunrise sings a song. Don't worry, be happy, just sing along. So, look, the sun will come up tomorrow, right? And I'm not saying that in a Pollyanna way, but it's about sometimes we do need to, if we've been in a negative mindset, and we're getting depressed because of that, we might need to change the way that we speak to ourselves, right? At the bottom, you have learn. A little nudge. It's now your turn. Put on your thinking cap. It's time to learn. You are learning a lot of lessons right now, Libra. I feel that from your read. You're learning a lot of lessons, and you're learning how to stand on your own. You're walking away from a lot of negative attachments and negative people, possibly even a big community of them for some of you. And you are stepping into some things that you've worked really hard for. Your hard work will pay off. But it is telling you to be patient. It won't happen in the time frame, and you can't force it, right? So if this read resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe. I do very much appreciate all of the subscribers, the likes, shares, and sweet comments. I can't say how grateful I am for that. This is Lady Scarlett. Many blessings to you all. I hope I see you again. Love and light.